Christian women over 40, this conversation is for the serious ones. If you are tired, but you know that you are not done, stay with me. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to remind you what you deserve. How many of you are 40 plus? Type a 40 plus in the chat if you are 40 plus. So this is for the Christian women over 40. This conversation is for the serious ones. Those women who are tired, but you know that you're not done. You know that there's more in you. I want you to stay with me because I'm not here to motivate you, but I am here to remind you what you deserve. How many of you are 40 plus? Type 40 plus if you are 40 plus in the chat. This is for 40 plus women only. Women who are feeling a little bit of fatigue, tired, but you know you're not done. You know that there's more in you. I want to talk to you today about failure and how failure is really feedback. So we bless God for this live. God bless you. Welcome in. Grab your daily heart meat. Comment and share where you're from. We are here for a good time, not a long time. But we are here for you. Because women over 40, there's something special about you. Women over 40 have this tenacity, have this special aura about them. Something about, I've got nothing to prove and so much to give. Failure is definitely feedback. Welcome in. Thank you so much for grabbing your daily heart meat. Welcome in. Hope Coach, God bless you. Welcome in. So failure is feedback, and frustration is redirection. Most women over 40, they're not failing. They're just exhausted. Real talk. Their hormones are shifting, energy is dipping, and we're still working a 9 to 5, still carrying everything, still feeling called to more. But have you felt more called in your 40s, but more tired at the same time? I know I have. I feel that the Lord is aligning everything. I see what the Lord is doing. I see everything that was happening in my 20s and in my 30s, that it was all working out for my good. And I feel so alive inside. I don't feel that I need fixing. I don't feel that I need anything, but I know that I deserve support. It's a different kind of conversation, a different kind of feeling. We bless God. Yes. Have you ever felt more called in your 40s, but you still feel tired at the same time? That's where we're at right now. Because it's a different kind of fatigue, a different kind of tired. You're not tired in your soul and your spirit because you feel more alive than ever. You feel so clear on what it is that your purpose is after 40. You deserve alignment though before expansion, right? So it's not about you're going to build something big. It's about aligning yourself so that when you do build, you don't waste time and energy building on sand. We're too grown to build sand castles, right? What actually happens to women over 40? Well, let me tell you, the list goes on. Consistent body support. That's what we deserve. Consistent body support. Nervous system stabilization. That right there. That right there. See, I didn't realize that being an overcomer of domestic violence, sexual trafficking, and sexual assault, that my nervous system was shot, right? I didn't realize that all those years when I was younger, that I was in that kind of environment, my nervous system wasn't stabilized, right? And now my body over 40 is suffering with that. It has nervous system stabilization. It has intentional in nutrition, right? That's the capacity shift. I want to have an intentional nutrition. I want to have intentional stability for my nervous system. I want to be able to drink teas that calm me down before I go to bed because I have all these ideas and all these things running through my head. We bless God. We deserve to have consistent body support. We deserve to support our nervous system and feel safe and stabilized. We deserve to eat and drink with intention. We deserve to have spiritual alignment and structure for our day to day so that we don't have to be functioning under chaos. Because when your energy stabilizes, your clarity increases. When clarity increases, guess what? Your decisions improve. So when decisions improve, your business shifts. You see? So it's not that you're off your game or you don't have your life together. It's that you deserve alignment. You deserve to have these things that are going on in your body and be able to feed it the support that it deserves. Be able to calm that nervous system with a nice hot cup of tea that has herbs in it, that has that will calm your body, your nervous system, and relax you. If your energy increased, what would you finally build? So some of us are saying, man, if I had more energy, I'd go to the gym every night after work. If I had more energy, I'd come home after work and study a skill set. If I had more energy, I'd come home after work and meal prep, whatever. What would energy do? More energy. What would you do with more energy? So I created something intentional. I created 3 days of thanks, and it's for your mind, your body, and your spirit. This is for women over 40 who deserve energy that supports their vision, clarity that supports their decisions, structure that supports their calling. That's what I am offering for women over 40. Because, see, we know we're called for more. We've just been exhausted. This isn't about hype. This is about alignment. This is not for everyone. This is not for everyone, but the woman who recognizes herself, she'll know. She'll know. This is for women over 40 who know that they got more in them. This is for the women who are over 40 who know that God is using everything from their past experiences to be able to catapult you into your next season. My exhaustion season was not too long ago. I could not believe how tired I was trying to build while I was depleted. I was all over the place. I was forgetting things. I was emotional. I was angry. I was hangry. I was crying. I was all over the place. And I didn't realize that, hello, perimenopause. I thought menopause and perimenopause happened to old women, not women over 40. I thought it happened like after 50. This snuck up on me, like for real, for real. I was like, what in the world is going on? What is this hot flash thingy, right? Listen, Linda, I was not ready for perimenopause. I was not ready for perimenopause. I am not ready, but now I'm getting ready. Honestly, I wasn't ready for perimenopause. I didn't understand what that was. It was something that the women in my family never talked about. And when they did talk about it, talked about it like it was like really, really bad. And they never taught us what to eat, what to drink to help with these symptoms. It's kind of like they just went through it. The women just suffered through it, and I refuse to be that kind of woman. So I started learning and saying, you know what, I'm going to be consistent and support my body. So what I started learning was that I wasn't tired because I needed more caffeine. Caffeine was not the answer. I had caffeine and I still was feeling tired. Caffeine wasn't it. I learned that for perimenopause, I was missing magnesium. I learned that greens, oh my gosh, how important greens are. I started drinking my greens, and it has magnesium in it. It has spinach and moringa, all kinds of great things that my body just started feeling amazing. It wasn't tired that I was feeling. I was feeling fatigued because my body was missing nutrients. My body was missing vitamins. My body was missing things that it deserved to have. But because I wasn't eating the foods that nourished my body, I didn't have that. I'm going to move you guys over here because my phone is dying. So now having the right nutrients, that was what was frustrating me and was having me fatigue. And then I discovered that greens was actually healthy for me, given I started doing shakes that had 119 vitamins and nutrients that I didn't even know my body needed. I started drinking sea moss because, oh my gosh, my knees were hurting so bad. I was crying. I was putting Bengay like I was a freaking vieja. And I'm like, what is going on? I felt like I was 70, not 40. So I started looking into what this whole perimenopause is, and your body, your nutrients, your vitamins, your collagen, everything starts depleting. So I was like, oh no. So I want to know what I need because coffee wasn't doing it. The more energy drinks wasn't doing it. I still felt tired and hyper at the same time. That was weird. So I started learning that it was things like magnesium, a multivitamin. Oh my gosh, a multivitamin, sea moss. I didn't know all the benefits of sea moss. And my joints, everything started feeling better. My skin, oh my gosh. Now I'm drinking my collagen like 2 or 3 times a day. Like it's nobody's business. Collagen for me is like, that's how I get my water. Because I don't like to really drink water. So I learned to hydrate on purpose. With the perimenopause, hydration is so important because we are drying from the inside. With perimenopause, even your kuka gets dry. Your hair, I had always greasy hair, oily hair, and now I'm noticing that even though my hair is still pretty nice, I see that it's drying up like never before. I see my skin. I used to use a citrus mask because my skin was oily. Now my skin is dry, and I'm using things like Medicube, and I'm using things like definitely having eye cream for my eyes, taking care of my skin, the elasticity of my skin. Because girl, let me tell you, after 28, you don't think about it, and you think that old is like 40 and 50, and boom, it hits you in your 30s, and you start looking like, oh my God, I got wrinkles. Yes, you gotta start taking care of your skin now. And if you're in your 40s and you're hitting that perimenopause like I am, you really, really deserve to feel your best. Like we're in the best time of our life. This is prime time. We're in our 40s. That means we're not as dumb as we were in our 20s. That means that we have nothing to prove because we're not in our 30s. And that means that we are walking in our ultimate truth. And now what we deserve is to feel good, have the right vitamins and nutrients, and eat like an adult, and be able to then have the focus and the clarity. Because if you're already up in that age and you're already suffering from perimenopause, brain fog, who knows what trauma you have not released, right? And when you don't release trauma, it stays in your body, so it affects your body. So being able to have a consistent support for your body and your nervous system, meaning learning even new language. Did you even know that learning new language can help support your nervous system? You don't believe me? Check it out. This tastes so good. It's hibiscus tea with strawberry lemonade, collagen, and cranberry aloe. It just tastes amazing. And this is how I make sure my skin stays plump. And this is how I make sure my digestive system stays flowing and working good. You don't want to be backed up. You want to be able to get rid of toxins. And also hibiscus is so good for the blood flow, for the veins, and to just make you feel amazing. So this is your me time. This is the time to pour into your body, your vitamins, your nutrients, especially in the evening. You put on your mask, you put on your lotion, you have a nice good cup of tea to relax you from the inside. While you sleep, your nervous system is getting repaired. So that means that your cells are being repaired, antioxidants. This is all anti-aging. And being intentional about eating. Like, I don't understand how I used to always be like, oh, I don't know what to eat today. I don't know what to eat today. Like, dude, we got to eat every day. So meal prep. Think about the things. Now we have ChatGPT. Think about the things that you can ask ChatGPT. Listen, I want to make healthier choices. Get me a grocery list. You can even tell ChatGPT your budget. Listen, I have a budget of $150. What can I buy that's healthy and make 5 different dinners a week, right? So be intentional about your nutrition and get the support that you deserve, not that you need, but you deserve, because that's the vocabulary I was talking about. When you be like, I need to do better, I need to eat better, I need to be more healthy. When you're saying need, you're pointing the finger at yourself and you're making yourself feel small, less than. And when you tell yourself, I need, what you're actually telling yourself is that I don't have enough of something, right? So you deserve. So try that with me real quick before you leave. Try that with me. What's one thing that you're saying to yourself, man, I need? I need to be more healthy. I need to lose toxins. I need to be more wealthy. I need anything. Just say it real quick to yourself or put it in a chat. I need. I want to do a quick exercise with you. It's going to transform your life in 2.3 seconds. I promise. Write what you need in the chat. I promise you that when you write it, if you do what I show you, it's gonna blow your mind. Write whatever it is that you feel you need and write it in the chat. I need what? I need to be more healthy. I need more energy. I need what? You need to eat better. Okay. What else? Anybody in the chat? I need to eat better. Okay. So listen to what you're saying. I need. Anybody else have a need in the chat? I need. So when you say I need, you're telling yourself I lack something. You're telling your nervous system I'm afraid. You're telling your nervous system I lack. I'm not safe. I'm not good. See? So just by changing your vocabulary, you can say, instead of saying I need to eat better, you can say I deserve to nourish my body. How about that? How about that? You see how that shifted everything? I deserve to nourish my body. There you go. I need to eat better. It sounds harsh. It sounds, right, rough. But when you say, I deserve to nourish my body, it almost sounds inviting. It sounds enrolling. It sounds sexy. It sounds appealing. It sounds beautiful, gorgeous, healthy, right? I need sounds wanty, grimy, and that's the language for your nervous system. Right there, that's your transformation. I hope that really helped you, because it's one of my favorite things to do, is to help people transform by renewing their minds. And language is such a beautiful thing that the Bible tells us that we have power of life and death in our tongue. So when you speak things of that nature, words, certain vocabulary, it can disempower you, which can take away from you. But if you speak the love language, if you speak the empowering language, like I deserve versus I need, you are going to tell your nervous system, I'm safe. It's okay. I deserve to nourish my body. So now you're going to be open, and your palate's going to be ready for embracing something that's going to support your body. That's what it's about. Intentional nutrition. And then spiritual alignment. You want to be in spiritual alignment. Why? Because we have 4 areas of intelligence. I don't have a whole lot of time to bother this, but I'm going to let you know real quick. Your areas of intelligence is where you must tap into your highest level of intelligence. Your highest level of intelligence that overrides every level of intelligence. That if you master this area of intelligence, you will master it all. Okay? So it's the spiritual alignment. It's your spiritual intelligence. It's your spiritual IQ. Why do I say that? Because there's 4 areas of intelligence. There's your spiritual intelligence. And there's your emotional intelligence. There's your relational intelligence. And there's your leadership intelligence. And when you do not operate in the highest level, which is your spiritual intelligence, guess what happens? You skip your spiritual intelligence, your spiritual alignment, your spiritual discernment, your sixth sense. So now you're operating straight out of emotion. Emotion then takes over. And when you don't have emotional intelligence because of your lack of spiritual awareness and intelligence, your emotions manage you. And guess what happens? You end up mismanaging your whole entire life. When you are emotionally driven, because you don't have spiritual discernment, because you don't have alignment, because you're not in your prayer closet, because you don't have cultivating a relationship with Christ Jesus and the Holy Spirit isn't coaching you, you're oblivious to what's going on in the spirit realm, and you're oblivious to these little demon and minions that the enemy is sending your way called emotions. And when you're emotionally driven, you're reacting and not responding, and your emotions are chasing hell. So when I tell you shut the hell up, it's because what I'm saying is what's coming out of your mouth. Shut the hell up. Because when you're saying to yourself, I'm not good enough, I need, you're calling onto hell saying she's disempowered, she's depressed, she's sad, let's go jump on her. So now you have all this flood of emotions on you. And when you are skipping your spiritual intelligence, and you don't have it, and you don't have your sixth sense, you don't have that connection, you are going into your emotions, and guess what? Your emotions are running you. Your emotions are managing you. So what happens when you allow your emotions to manage you? You end up mismanaging your life. You're mismanaging relationships, because if you're emotionally distraught, then that means that those emotions are gonna give you brain fog. And those emotions are going to run you in your relationships. So now here it is. You're an emotional mess. So you don't have good relationships with your coworkers, your boss, your children, your husband. You're trying to date, but you don't have emotional intelligence because you are operating out of emotions. They're running you and they're mismanaging you. But if you had spiritual discernment and spiritual awareness, you would be in alignment and according with the word, with the will of God for your life, that you would be able to be aware of the plan of the enemy. So when the enemy comes to you and tries to put jealousy on you, envy, anger, right? Whatever the enemy tries to put on you, you can stand back and say, I'm not going to feed into this emotion, because these emotions is not going to manage me. I'm going to manage, because I see that this is a plot of the enemy. Example, I could have been an emotional mess, an emotional wreck. I could have said things, I could have done things, but I was able to see that the enemy wanted to disempower me. The enemy wanted me to feel less than, and that the Lord was teaching me a lesson and wanted me to trust him. It's not always the enemy. The Lord sometimes slams a door in your face because, God bless you, welcome in. Sometimes the Lord slams a door in your face because you were going to be gullible. You were going to be used and abused. You were going to be so naive and so in need of validation that you were going to become a slave, and you were going to bow down to Baal, and you was going to lose your identity in Christ. And see, our God is a jealous God. So he's like, nope, no one's going to get the glory but me. So when we align ourselves and we learn how to nourish our bodies and support our bodies, drinking the right liquids, our collagen, our herbs, herbal teas that help our nervous system, that help cleanse things out of us, our intentional nutrition, what we eat, that we actually make we make these dinners and these breakfasts to be nourishing to our bodies with intention. We meal prep and we say, you know what, I'm not going to eat that because that is not conducive to what my goals are. My goal is to live a life of longevity. My goal is to be in my 50s and 60s and still look and feel good, right? Not look good with my clothes on, but look and feel good. Be able to run and play and jump and go up and down the steps in my home, right? When I started taking my CMOS and I started taking my vitamins and my multivitamin and my shakes, I was like, oh, I'm feeling my best all over again. I'm feeling like I'm in my 30s. Homegirl, I'm 45, right? But now, because I'm drinking with intention and I'm eating with intention, and I'm also learning that my energy is the most expensive part. It's my most expensive currency. It's not my money. It's not my time. It's my energy. So who I give it to is something that I'm going to make a wise decision on. If someone has a naive mindset, again, turtle, giraffe, right? The giraffe can see further than the turtle. The turtle only sees what's in front of it. Why would you waste your time and your energy trying to convince? My mom used to say this. She goes, bees do not try to convince flies that honey tastes better than poop. She didn't say it like that because my mom was ghetto and ratchet, but she said it, okay? And it's the truth. Flies eat poop. Bees eat honey. The bee is minding its business, being its best version of itself. Honeycomb bee, here we come. It is not worried about them stupid little flies eating that nasty poop. It is not talking to them flies, talking about, you know that you should eat this is better for you. No. So in your 40s, you keep it moving. You find out what works for you. When your energy stabilizes, your clarity is going to increase. You're going to have clarity because you feel like you're all over the place because you're struggling. I know I am struggling with ADHD, right? PTSD, unresolved trauma that you don't even remember that you have, trauma that you are healing and addressing. So when you stabilize your energy, I did not know how one cup of tea, oh my goodness, at night, when I come home, the first thing I do is have a cup of tea. God bless you. Thank you for the live. And this cup of tea is for my nervous system because I have so much creative flow going and exciting things happening and not so exciting things. Mama's getting, being in the hospital, a lot of things going on. And I started noticing that my ankles were swollen. And I was like, that's not good, right? So I started learning this thing called this herb called ashwagandha. So now I take my ashwagandha gummies. I don't play that. I take them 2 or 3 times a day. I take my ashwagandha gummies and calms me down. And I've even noticed that I don't go like knee jerk, like go off, and I am able to just breeze through the day. Another thing that I do at night is I take this tea and some ingredients, I don't know all of them, but I know what's some of them they are in there. It's called motherwort, and the other one is some kind of Chinese herb. And I tell you what, I drink this tea at night and I feel my nervous system. I feel it in my whole entire body. I feel it relaxing. I feel like my nerves were a really tight braid. And when you have a real tight bun and you release it and you feel like the blood flow, that's how I feel when I have this tea. So learning these little things, and I'm like, wow, now I get a good night's sleep. Guess what happens? I wake up refreshed. I wake up with energy. I wake up with clarity. And when I have clarity, I'm able to make better decisions. My decisions improve. Because my decisions improve, then I am also able to make better business decisions, better decisions for my ministry. If your energy is increased, the sky's the limit. What would you do if you had more energy? What would you do if you had more energy? If you felt vibrant at the end of your workday, what would be that one thing that you would work on? Because honestly, most people lay on the couch because they're tired. But this is not for everyone. But the woman who recognizes herself will know. Definitely will know. If you're a Christian woman over 40 and you're ready to reset before you build, to make sure you're in alignment and you want to be building on solid rock, you don't want to build on sand castles and all over the place. God is giving you a God idea, a vision, right? He also says, write the vision and make it plain. And before you build, be intentional. So if that's you, I just want to offer the 3 days of thanks, comment thanks. I'll personally send you the details. It's a pause. That's all it is. It's 3 days of pausing, putting things into perspective and alignment, and being able to breathe and adjust accordingly so that you can be able to build for expansion. You can't build for expansion unless you have the alignment that you deserve. That's all for me tonight. God bless you. Shalom. If you have any questions or comments, just put it in my DM, comment thanks, and I'll send you over the link so that you can experience 3 days of thanks because you deserve it. God bless you. Shalom.